Hey, good morning, everybody, from Las Terrenas, Dominican Republic. It's a beautiful day. You see, you got people walking down the beach, other expats from other countries. This is one of my favorite beaches right here in Playa Bonita. You got to come here. Look at this water. Look at this water. Being here makes me wonder why we pay so much to stay in the United States or other first world countries. Sometimes it's just all we know. It happens. It's just all we know. Like, we didn't know that there was another planet available. And there is. There is many, figuratively speaking. Because this place is like another planet. That's why you got to come and check it out.
Even airplanes here.
Yeah, even airplanes here.
Even helicopters here.
And helicopters. And cars and trucks and buses. Taxis, motorcycles. And that's the subject of my video today, transportation. Just want to make a quick video about transportation. People might say, well, how do you get around in the Dominican Republic? Well, people get around pretty much like everywhere else. Although the cost of that transport is much less, I want to say. You could take what they call here La Guagua, the bus, Dominican bus, which will be a cultural experience in and of itself, as you can imagine. People are very friendly, though, on the bus. You end up making friends if you can talk to them. But for a few dollars, you can go around the whole country. I mean, literally. I think from Santo Domingo, the capital, was the big airport, to here on La Guagua, I think it's like 500 pesos per person, which is like $9 or something like that. $8, $9. It's insanely cheap. Then you got a little bit better buses, like tour buses. Like, let me back up. Those were like kind of little buses, but sometimes they're big. But if you like Greyhound type, big, nice, modern bus, it ain't much more. Maybe 1,000 pesos or something like that. $20, basically. So you can get around much cheaper. And then locally here in Las Terrenas, if you're on a budget, there are motorcycle taxis. So you just get on a little motorcycle and they'll take you anywhere in the town for a few dollars. $2, $3, $4 tops to really go anywhere in the town. 100 or 200 pesos, that's the equivalent, Dominican pesos. So getting around is cheap. You don't necessarily need transportation when you get here. There are taxis and stuff, but I think the taxis they're a little expensive, generally speaking, if you're coming here on a budget. But you can get from the capital to here, from Santo Domingo, the same trip as the $10 bus. You can get here for about, if you find a good deal, you might get it for $150. Or maybe if you pay a little more or too much, maybe 200, something like that. You can get a nice taxi, air conditioned, comfortable, and all that stuff. It's really not too bad because it's about a 2.5 hour ride, so it's not too bad. And they got Uber and all that stuff here too. So there's even those options. Then if you wanted to buy some cheap transport, you could buy yourself a quad if you're staying here in town. You just drive quads around the street. In case you don't know that, you probably don't know. You can just drive quads around the street. It's legal here in this little town. Or tolerated, let's just say. Completely tolerated. It's like the socially acceptable thing to do. People come here who are enjoying their life and they get themselves a quad. There's, you can get yourself a motorcycle too, or a scooter. I bought my scooter. It was about $2,000 brand new a couple years ago. I think now they might be up to about $2,500. Little Chinese scooter. Brand is SIM, S-Y-M. But very reliable. Never had any problems with it. A quad, brand new, Chinese one. Under 5,000, maybe 4,000 and change. Used scooters and motorcycles, probably $500, I want to say, something like that. $500, $600, $700. You can get a used one, pretty decent option. Of course, there's cars and stuff, but cars tend to cost more money in general, unless you're going to get an older one, because everything has to be imported from usually the States and stuff. So, yeah, cars on average are about $5,000 more than you would pay in the United States, on average. Yeah, so that does cost a little more. But, you know, if you go back in time, I guess you could just get an older one for your budget. Because that's here too. And you can escape the car tyranny where your car is just a subscription.
Like in Back to the Future.
That's another topic. Don't get me started.
Like in
Cars are
Back to
just
the
a subscription
Future.
in the U.S. and in the modern world.
Like in Back to the Future.
Right? You got to agree to the terms of service, otherwise they turn off your car. If it's a new car, modern car. That's why getting an older car that doesn't depend on such a subscription is the way to go these days.
Daddy, look at this.
And then, of course, there's flights to other islands and stuff. In the island, not so much. Oh, yeah, look at this beautiful shell. In the island, inter-island, not so many flights. No, not really flights. They don't really do that. To go off the island, yes. That's because the island is so small. It's generally small. It's probably about 300 miles, 350 miles in length. The Dominican Republic. There's Haiti on the other side of the island. I refer to DR. It's probably about 350 miles at its length and maybe 150, 200 at its width at the largest. So it's not huge. But the roads are generally smaller and slower. There are big highways and stuff. And so that's okay. Here we have island life and things are a little bit more relaxed. So anyway, thank you for tuning into my video. If you want to come move here to Paradise, contact me. Check out my website. Send me a message. I'll be glad to help you. Thanks for tuning in.